Hello and welcome to an episode of Historically Marked. Well, I guess you could say this is kind of a holiday one, and I'm doing this in late September, and but yes, I am in Santa Claus, Indiana. The town got its strange name in the 1850s, and many people come here just for Holiday World. Well, I've personally never been there, and I hope to make it out there sometime in the future. But how many people actually kind of go out and explore the town, like see some of the Christmas features? The whole town celebrates Christmas and Santa Claus all year round, as well as other holidays, of course, with Halloween coming up at the time I'm doing this video. But I'm going to show you some places that definitely define the town, like the Santa Claus Village and the museum and some other cool places. So join me on this journey. Here we go. And rightfully so, the town does advertise itself as America's Christmas hometown. Oh man. And those roller coasters you see, that is from Holiday World. And like I said, it's late September I'm doing this, so they only do things on the weekends. And I mean, you gotta check the hours on the website, but yeah, all year, like during the summertime, that's when it peaks, you know, as far as attendance. So I figured the best place to start would be right here, which is about southeast of town. Santa Claus Museum Village. Take you back to the old days with this wagon. Letters to Santa. There ain't nothing in there. Here is the legendary Santa Claus post office. It is the only one in the world with a Santa Claus name and receives over 400,000 pieces of mail in December, compared to only 15,000 pieces of mail per month the rest of the year. And every year, supposedly, I mean, I'm sure it's probably true, but yeah, the workers here are busy because, according to my brochure, letters received by December 13th, 2025 will receive a letter back from Santa Claus himself. Just be sure to include a return address and send your letter as early as possible. Alright, let's go inside. Wow. Thought maybe there'd be a tenant in here, but that's okay. I'll look around. Definitely smells kind of dusty, like an old, when you go into an old building. All these presents. Reminds me of, you know, Santa Claus coming to my house, or going to my grandmother's and looking under her tree and all these presents. Santa's elves. You can also mail your letter here. Okay, so here's a little history on it. So I wish I could read the whole thing, but I don't want to bore you all. But so this building was used as the first post office in Santa Claus, Indiana. The post office opened in 1856 with John Specht serving as the first postmaster for the town. Okay, so traditionally the post office was located in the home or store of the current postmaster. Specht owned this building, which was also a store, served as a post office for 27 years. It sat on Specht's farmland and was likely located in the general vicinity of the current intersection of State Route 245 and 162. And there's a little history about how it changed hands, but it also stood in Santa Claus Land, which now is known as Holiday World, and was home to the House of Dolls for over 60 years. In 2012, the building was moved here to the Santa Claus Museum Village. And so the furnishings were found in post office buildings throughout southern Indiana and have been donated by the USPS. Wow. Yes, Santa Claus does live in Indiana. Very nice. This looks really antiquish with that Standard Oil sign. Next up is the Santa Claus Church. It was built in 1880. Normally they have events here and it's open for tours. I want to see what that plaque says. I doubt if we're going to be able to go in, but you never know. Okay, it was listed on the National Register of Historic Places, and it was actually called St. Paul's Santa Claus Church. Okay, well, okay, we can go in. Nice, very nice. Well, we can't go upstairs, but that's okay. I guess I'll start over here. It says it started here by Reverend Christian Wittenbach, who was a circuit preacher who established this congregation in 1853 and served as the first pastor of this church, erected in 1880. Church steeple is 70 feet tall and topped with a weather vane, and a large bell sits atop the steeple with the inscription H. Stucksteed and Company, St. Louis, 1888. Huh. So I guess it was made in St. Louis then, wow. And the church experienced a drop in membership in the mid-1900s and the congregation dispersed. The building was used by other denominations, including the St. Nicholas Catholic Chapel. It then fell into disrepair. This was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1984, but it was relocated here in 2012, just like it was for the post office. And here's a picture of that, and that looks like one of the original hymnals. Huh. This is so cool. I mean, imagine going to Christmas services all year round. Wow, look at the wallpaper, I'm sorry, the ceiling paint kind of peeling, but that's okay. I mean, the place is old. I'm just gonna get a little shot of this. And here's what it looks like in the back. I see a big speaker back there and something that goes to the attic. But yeah, very nice to be in here. Oh, looky, a wishing well. Huh. And then the large statue of Santa Claus. Gonna check that out. But first, yeah, it's definitely one of those things where you put your face in there. Oh, very cool. So in the back it says, "There is nothing so universal as the spirit of Santa Claus. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy cup of life may be overflowing with happiness." And here is some historical information. It says here, this iconic statue, built by Chicago entrepreneur Carl Barrett, was unveiled on December 22nd, 1935. Designed by Ralph Seymour Fletcher, the statue stands 22 feet tall and weighs 40 tons. Santa faces due east, where the Christmas child was born. Santa stood as the centerpiece of Santa Claus Park, 32 acres of land with a wishing well, meteor crater, fir tree arboretum, and an archway of fairy tale design. The years took their toll on the Santa statue until it was recently acquired by the Koch family and underwent a major restoration. It says here, as a young girl, Pat Koch visited the Santa statue with her brother Ray. This photo is from the late 1930s. And then here's a photo of the dedication ceremony, 1935. Let's get a better look at this. Dedicated to the children of the world in memory of an undying love. In Carl Barrett's signature. Just kind of look at the details of that, you know, like the doll, the toys, and everything that's in his bag, his beard. If you ask me, his beard's not even long enough, but and then the meteorite crater says here, side to the legendary meteorite crater. Okay, you know, that one over there. Very interesting. And look, they even have a mistletoe moment. So if you have your loved one or significant other here, yeah, this is where you do it, right here. Any time of the year, not just around Christmas or the holidays. Oh man. All right, now for the actual museum. I'm sure there's lots to learn about Mr. Claus or Kris Kringle or whatever way you want to know him. So this here is the museum. It's free, but donations are encouraged. Look at all these different Santas. Wow. This will sure, if this doesn't get you in the holiday mood or Christmas mood, I don't know what will. I mean, there's just so much. I mean, probably fill up like 10 different museums putting all these different dolls. Now this is from, of course, the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer cartoon that we all grew up. And the guy who created Santa Claus, Thomas Nast, he changed the way we saw Santa. That debuted in January 1863. Old toys. Imagine being a kid in the 1950s like my parents were. I don't know what kind of toys they were after, but Gene Autry comics, a Beanie Baby, Yu-Gi-Oh cards. 2001, I remember getting a Game Boy Advance, Poppets, Squishmallow. Even celebrities have written to Santa Claus, Indiana, including Jay Cutler and Olympian Terrence Brahm and Mick Foley. Now I am entering the train room where I can run a train. Oh man, you know, it'd be nice to have a lot more hobbies, but unfortunately I have enough expensive ones. I'm gonna see if I can run this train. Okay, let's see what happens here. Oh, here we go. Let's come this way. Very cool. And I'm sure this one, oh, there's the center one. And then the smaller one. You can even see, I remember my grandfather tried to get me into toy trains, and I mean, I was, but you know, it wasn't going to be a year-round thing, unfortunately, but okay, let's try it again on this side. Okay, that one doesn't work. Oh, now it works. This one is a Holiday World themed one. And now I'm entering Santa's office, his official office, before I go to his desk. It's got the vintage smell once again, combined with we call it fur and pine. That's what the word I was looking for. Oh man. Hey, snowman. Hey. I guess I don't know if they let people sit there or not, but it's got a radio and CD player too. And that's where Mr. Ho 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 sits. Forget the North Pole. It's all right here in Indiana, my friends. Here's some letters. Now here is a celebrity wall. A Santa Claus resident compiled this collection in the 70s and 80s, mailing $1 bills and requests for autographs. And a lot of these, I can recognize a lot of these, like that's Dom DeLuise, Judd Hirsch, Johnny Carson, back when late night TV was good. Andy Kaufman. No, that's Danny DeVito, never mind. Patrick Duffy. Barry Manilow, yep, that's definitely 70s, alright. Jan from Three's Company, Gene Stapleton, the guy from Three's Company, John Ritter, and then she recently departed us, Peggy Holiday from Alice, Kenny Rogers, wow, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So very eclectic, if you ask me. More Santa Claus dolls. And Coca-Cola and Christmas and Santa Claus do go hand in hand. Here's a small selection of Coca-Cola with Santa's image on it and memorabilia. So behind the post office is this marker, but it's in the wrong place. It's like it's being recycled, or nobody knows where to put it. But this was originally obviously at Holiday World and Santa Claus Land, 50th anniversary. Here on August 3rd, 1946, the first theme park in the world, Santa Claus Land, first opened its gates. Today, we, the owners, managers, and employees of Holiday World, rededicate ourselves to bring joy to the children of the world. And this was put up on August 3rd, 1996. I do not know where in the park it was placed. So, yeah. Anybody who remembers where this was placed, please comment below. Thank you. And all right, now we're going to check out Santa's Candy Castle. However, it is closed today. Yeah, the open sign is not lit. It is only open on the weekends, and it's late September when I'm here. But I guess it's cool to check out the outside. But it would have been really fun to go in here. I'd be like a kid in a candy store, literally. But I'm guessing, I guess the tourist season's kind of down. But yeah. Man, that sucks. I guess I should come back here in the summertime. Frozen hot chocolate too. Aww. Oh well, on to the next place. Here is the City Hall of Santa Claus, Indiana, but it's known as the Town Hall. And right in front of it is this replica of that statue we saw, except it's in color. Very, very cool. And yes, just about every non-chain place plays tribute to Santa Claus, even the liquor store. And so here's a historical marker I found. In 1854, German immigrants settled into a rural area of Indiana they named Santa Fe. When the community applied for a post office, their application was rejected because there was already a Santa Fe, Indiana. The Santa Claus, Indiana post office was established on May 21st, 1856, and the town was officially renamed much later in 1967. In 1914, the town's postmaster began mailing letters from Santa to children all over the world who sent their Christmas wishes to Santa Claus, Indiana. 1935, the statue was built in Santa Claus Park. And then the love for Christmas in this town sparked the opening of the world's first theme park, Santa Claus Land, in 1946. After years of only celebrating Christmas, Santa Claus Land changed its name to Holiday World in 1984. This love to celebrate Christmas every day now brings over 1 million guests to the town annually, and Santa Claus has grown from 26 residents in 1967 to over 3,000 in 2020. Alright. Some cool historical information. Alright, so this is a big strip mall. That is Holiday Foods, a grocery store. Edward Jones' office. There's a post office over there. But what I'm here for is the Santa Claus Christmas store. It was recommended by me by the lady who works at the museum. Now we saw the original post office, but this is the current one. The zip code is 47579. Wow. If you want something postmarked from here, this is the place to go. Nice. Very cool. Those are all $140. Ornaments, puzzles. Oh my gosh. It's like there's an endless amount of rooms. Very nice. And there's Christmas music plays in too. Now this is more secular. Precious Moments. Man, this is just something else. And another cool thing is some of them actually personalize your ornaments. So if you have like a lacrosse player in your family, you know, they can personalize it. So yeah, if you collect any kinds of ornaments, like if you're an energy drink person, there you go. Hard seltzer, well, alcoholic energy drinks. Budweiser, Hershey's, with cauliflower crust. Yeah, if you're gluten free. Wow. chicken nuggets, chicken tenders. Hey, how about some guac to go with that? Some Pop-Tarts. I hope I've given you plenty of reasons to come here. And you can buy fudge here too. Oh, what's this? It's probably open during certain times of the year. That's okay though. These are all snowmen, of course. And if you are making a Santa village or a Christmas village, like for your train set or whatever, here you go. They also got props from Harry Potter themed North Pole series. What is this? Blizzard. Man, I tell you, sometimes I just wish I had more time for hobbies. Here's the Peanuts gang, and finally Disney, well, the real kind of Disney with Mickey and Minnie. Oh man, here you go. All right, so I feel like this is probably the best place to stop. I'm sure I left out a few other Christmassy things, but yeah, as you're cruising around Holiday Lane, or I think it's Christmas Boulevard, I mean, yeah, this town does take Christmas and a lot of holidays seriously, so I hope I give you guys plenty of reasons to come to this strange, quirky town, but with a lot of love too. So I am just outside Santa's Lodge in Santa Claus, Indiana. I am Jason, signing off.